Hello guys, this video is for the gamers. Budget gaming can be done and this proves it, but when you watch this video I want you just to realise one thing. My audio went a bit wrong with this video. It does sound very weird. I cannot be bothered remaking it, so please bear with the audio whilst you watch this video today. Thank you for watching and I'll see you soon.
Hey there everyone, I'm Kyle and welcome back to Kyle Reviews. Today we're taking a look at a budget gaming laptop option that punches above its weight in my opinion, even much later now here in 2024. So we're taking a look at the Asus ROG Strix gl702vm. Classic long laptop model name. But let's just talk about the outside first, then we'll take a look at the specs and see why it may be a good option for those budget Windows gamers that are looking for something new to use. So first, what you can see is the 17.3-inch matte 1080p display. Now, it's not the biggest, brightest display, but one, you don't want it to be too big. This is already large enough, and I can just about fit it in my bag and transport it. It's not the brightest, but it is bright enough for your gaming, and it's a matte display for one good reason. Well, if you have a light source behind you, you don't want it glaring off the screen into your eyes, making you unable to see your game. The matte display stops too much light bouncing off it, so you can still, in a bright environment, see your display in colours quite well. It's not the most colour accurate, but it's enough for your gaming. This is a gaming machine, not a media production machine. So you want to bear that in mind. It's good enough, it's large enough, and it's sharp enough. That's all you need for a good game. The design and overall build quality is actually, in my opinion, pretty damn good. So if you go for a budget laptop these days, they're all very bendy, plasticky built machines. This one is actually really nice. So even though it is fairly chunky, that actually adds to its strength. Most of the body is actually plastic, but a strong plastic. The outer lid is metal. It's a brushed metal finish. That gives that a bit of durability. When it's closed, well, you'll be hard pressed to bend this machine. The next bit down here, well, the buttons, for what you can see anyway, because I'm in like a fisheye lens, so you can actually fit it all on one screen. They are very nice. Good travel, sort of a quiet click, not too noisy at all when you do want to use this for your gaming. However, if you're like me, you may prefer just to get a wireless keyboard and mouse combo and use it a bit further away from this machine, because the screen is large. Look at my hand, smallish hands. There you go. It's a massive screen. So you can push this away from you and sit more comfortable with a keyboard and mouse in front of the laptop if you so wish. The thermals in this machine are actually pretty good, but they have to be. Under heavy load, if you're heavy gaming and got settings cranked up, this machine can get quite toasty quite quick. But inside it does have 3 fans. Some decent cooling built in. However, you may want to supplement that with a cooling pad for laptops. I do not personally do that, however, because it means more to carry in my bag. So I've been using this daily gaming without a cooling pad, and to be fair, even though it does get quite warm, it's not uncomfortable and I'm not worried about the machine frying under a nice game. One of the next things to check out if you're looking for a second-hand laptop like this is battery life. If you're going to get a machine like this, make sure it's from somewhere you get covered with a warranty, return policy, etc. Because second-hand laptops can have bad batteries. The one I had right before this, another black gaming laptop, it was an MSI. I had to return it because the battery did not last long at all. And that's not even with gaming. This is just document work, simple stuff. And the battery went very quick off the charge cable. So make sure you check that out. You want to test a battery under normal circumstances only, document work, web browsing. Any laptop when you're gaming drains quick, so that's not a fair test. Bear that in mind. Either get one with a returns policy or be ready to spend a little extra just to buy a new battery, slap in yourself, and hey presto, brand new battery life. What ports does a machine like this have? Well, on the right hand side you get your Kensington lock, so no one can rip it off the side and run away with your laptop. 2 USB-A ports, a full-sized SD card slot. On the left-hand side, you're getting yourself, obviously, the D-barrel charge, Ethernet ports with a drop jaw style, some sort of USB, I can't remember, a full-sized HDMI output, which is amazing on laptops, a Thunderbolt C port, another USB-A 3.0, and then a microphone and headphone combo jack. Remember that, it has to be a headphone and microphone combo. So a microphone plugged in there on its own will not work. And I believe headphones plugged in there on their own do not work. You have to have a combo. So get yourself a splitter if you need one. But basically, it's a full-sized laptop, if you will. A full array of ports, highly supported. Just so you know as well, in the top deck, right next to the keyboard, you have your upward firing, very bassy speakers. To complement the speakers, you do get yourself some audio software. Let's bring it up on screen now. Audio Wizard is called by ROG, and I always have it set to War Room because that gives it the really nice bass deepness and obvious sound quality. I've done a test. Turn it off, it sounds like your budget laptop speakers. Laptop speakers are never the best. Messing around with these does change up the sound quality massively. War Room being my favorite, but yes, high sound quality, high volume, and really good deep bass. So if you're playing your shooters, you're going to love the sound quality coming out of these. You don't have to use your gaming headphones if you don't want to. Music coming out of this, I play my Spotify through my laptop speakers and I enjoy it massively. Here at work, I don't even have to use my Bluetooth speaker if I want to play it through the laptop. So moving on to the inner specs. So let's bring up my favorite little feature, the ROG button here. It's got the ROG logo on it. Press that and it brings up the gaming center. This is where you'll find profiles. You can mix your settings on them. Click a profile, those settings will set, and that is it. Some of the launch utilities on the right, but what we're looking at is the top left. The Intel i5 6th Gen HQ processor. HQ meaning that it's the most powerful version of the CPU. There is the H model, a little less than the HQ, and then the standard, whatever. For the mobile laptop selections, HQ is the best. 2.3 gigahertz. Some people are going to go, oh, 6th Gen, it's so old. It's still viable. It's a good CPU. I don't care what anyone says, you're wrong. The HQ 6th Gen i5 is a good CPU still today. In there for the GPU, you have the GeForce GTX 1060 6GB. What does that translate to? Well, decent gaming. Not the high-end AAA you see coming out today in 2024, but you still are supported by the 6GB along a lot of games. I've got some really good games going on here at high settings on this older GPU. As you know, we're in the 40 series right now. Some point soon we're going to be in the 50 series, whatever, I don't care. The 6GB 1060 is still punching above its weight, even now, with many games that I love to play today. On below there, you have an SSD. It shows the storage. So basically, this model, this variant came with the SSD for the system, and a 1 terabyte hard drive as well for my storage, both inside this one laptop. 2 SATA slots. Now, this is not sadly M.2, but SATA's still fine today. Okay, you can get away with SATA still now. I don't care what anyone says about that still. My experience on this is said otherwise. Anyone saying SATA's too old, get out of here. Okay, we're talking budget here, okay? We're not talking about high-end later stuff. This is budget. 340 gigabyte SSD inside here, so ignore the HD there. That's just stupid. I swapped out the 1 terabyte hard drive, so spinning disks, they are too old now, and I swapped out for another SSD instead. Okay, solid state drive. So this is 2 lots of SSDs, runs sweet, plenty of storage, cannot grumble at that. And I can just keep the first SSD in there that was originally there and keep swapping out the secondary one for higher amounts of storage if I fancy that. So I can go and grab myself a 1 terabyte SSD and slap it in here. Cool. This variant came with the 16 gigabytes of RAM storage option, 2 sticks of 8 gigabyte running in dual channel. I can up that if I wanted to. I can get 2 16 gigabytes, slap them in here for a maximum amount of 32 gigabytes of RAM. And this is what that maximum supports, 32 gigabytes. I don't need that. 16 gigabytes is enough for any game out there. I don't care what anyone says about that. Some can get away with 8 gigabytes of RAM if you prefer your lighter gaming, lighter tasks. That's fine. That's cool. My last silver HP laptop I had only had 8 gigabytes, and I was gaming on it. So some people will say, no, you need at least 16. Don't listen to that. If you're trying to save a bit of penny, you want to save some money, you can find this ROG laptop, this specific one, with lower specs if you want to. 8 gigabytes of RAM, whatever. Save a bit of money and get the cheaper variant. Cool, do that. That's up to you. Now, my everyday use on this has been fantastic. So gaming wise, top right corner, right now installed, I have Farming Simulator 22, CSGO 2, which fair enough can run on any PC these days, Zero Survival, and then Fallout 76. Those four games, just for context, run absolutely sweet on here, all high settings or max settings depending, and I get minimum 60, 70 FPS. I've not dipped below 60 FPS in any of those games on these specs. So if you do want to save a bit of money and budget game, this is one viable option. You can find these secondhand in many places. Okay, just have a look. Just to say it again, gl702vm Asus ROG laptop. If you prefer something else, put it down in the comments. I want to see what you like. Do you prefer low specs, high specs, whatever? Do you have a gaming laptop that you think is better than this for the price? Go ahead, show me. I don't mind. So yeah, is this viable? It is. You can get away with things like this quite easily. There are other models that are similar to this as well. So there are some MSI gaming laptops around the same sort of specs. They may be a little bit smaller as well if you want to save room in your bag, and you can save money buying one of them instead. But for me, Asus ROG has been a wicked brand. I remember one of my old gaming PCs I made with the Strix GPUs back the 1970s, I believe. So yeah, you're going to get quality with this for the lesser price, and you can change some stuff out. The RAM, the storage, the speakers are quality, the trackpad is massive, the keys are great, you've got all the ports you can need. What more can you want? I'm not going to show any gaming. I don't need to. I've just gone through the specs and showed you what to expect. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Is this an option after watching this you're thinking of looking for and getting yourself? Just remember, if you do, check the battery out. Make sure it's okay. And make sure the speakers work, etc. Give it a test. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.